Hi, my name is Ms. Hadi, and this is FAQ 9, How do I take basic outline notes? To understand this, you have to know what an outline is, so that's number one, and then you need to be able to look at the book and how we're going to take the book and turn it into outline notes. And so I'm going to show you an example. So that's three things we're going to do. I've got to do it in 5 minutes. I'm going to do my best to be fast. If I'm going too quickly, you can always ask your teacher for more help. So first things first, let's take a look at the book. Remember, there are copies of the book online that you can find. You can also have a hard copy of the book. So you want to notice that you've got the title of the chapter here, and then there's that opening story, a vignette. There's not going to be a lot of notes in here that I want you to take notes on, because everything in here, unless, there'll be some things that are on the test from here, but take a couple of notes on any important names, but a lot of the things will be repeated. So this is just a hook. Then you have the big red headings, which are called our main headings, and you can see that it's organized by 3 main headings. So you're going to use Roman numerals for those big headings. And I'll explain that when we get into what an outline is. This would be Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3. Then each of these big headings have their subheadings. So this would be A, this would be B, and then you start again. When you get to Roman numeral number 2, this would be A, this would be B. So same, each of these subheadings would start again. So the Neolithic era and the transition to agriculture, then you have A, B, C, D. So there's always a recount from the top. Don't be going into Z's. Okay, so you can see the organization of the book. As I said, there's the vignette, then you have the headings. Each of the headings has a quick little intro. Don't take too many notes from here. Then you have the subheadings, which are going to be indented. You take notes from here in bullet form. Don't worry about little number 1 and little a and all of that. All you care about is big Roman numerals and big letter A for the big subheadings. So, for these subheadings, the hominids, for example. Then there are marginal notes, and you can organize your notes by indenting for those marginal notes as well. So it's indented. So let's get into, this is what the book looks like. So that's number 1. You know what the book looks like. You know what you're going to be taking notes on. It's going to be bulleted. You're taking notes on names, dates, the important places, and themes from the class, things that are relevant to the theme, important to the themes, important to skills like cause, effect, change, continuity, compare, contrast, those kinds of things. It tells you it's different from somewhere. Write that down. Also, 2 other things you want to pay attention to. If anything is diffusing, that means it's spreading. Write that down. And if anything is coming together, like 2 languages coming together to make a new language or 2 religions coming together, that's called syncretism. Write that down. You can skip taking notes on things like, not all of the maps are important. Not these primary source documents or secondary source documents, depending on what they give you, aren't going to always be important. So organize your notes like that. So an outline, before we move any further and look at an actual example, which I'm going to show you here from a student. Now, your teacher might ask you to handwrite it, or they might ask you to type it. I'm going to show you 2 examples. So these students have given me permission to use their work. I want you to know that an outline is, it's like organizing information in a way where the big ideas are to the left, okay, so here, and then ideas related to those ideas are indented into the right. And the more detail you go into, the more indented you get, okay? So if we were going to have, for example, an outline on Miss Hadi, and there were going to be the 3 sections, the sports I play, the food I like, and my family, then it would be Miss Hadi in this over here to the left, and then you put A, sports she likes, and then indent, that means move to the right, and put the sports I like. And then go back to the left to put B, food she likes, and then go to the right and give more detail. If you want to go back to a bigger idea, you go to the left, details to the right. Your teacher can explain this if I'm moving too quickly. So let's take a look at 2 examples. This is from one of my students, Adrienne. She obviously is very artistic and very organized. Remember, you want to stay away from taking long sentence notes. Now, Mr. Hammond might prefer that you do. You're going to ask him about that. But for my class, no sentence notes. And Ms. Robeson will have her own style as well. But my advice is don't take long sentences. Draw it out, make symbols. For example, if it's something that's continuing, make a infinity sign. If it's something that's changing, put like a delta, like a triangle from math class to indicate change. Highlight your big headings, your subheadings, and your marginal notes. And see, the student even puts the page numbers on the right. So you can see she spent a lot of time. She pays attention to certain words. You can look at this example at length. And then here's another one, because some of you are going to be turning in your notes for me on the Google Classroom. You won't be able to handwrite it. If you do handwrite it, you have to take a picture. It's a lot of work for me to grade, a lot of work for you to do. So you could make a little key for yourself for all the things that you're looking for in your notes. Again, avoid long sentences. Take a look at the other examples I have for you on the PowerPoint. You can look at this on your own in your own time, but that's just a basic. And if you have follow-up questions, now you have a place from which you can ask questions. Again, names, dates, skill drill things, diffusion, syncretism. And watch my student Yaretsi's video. It will really help you. Okay, thank you very much.